my hair was so bright red. I was like, oh no, this is not the colour I was going for. Hey guys, Leslie here. Welcome back to my channel. So since my hair has been shorter, I have been itching to play with different colours, and I'm definitely more experimental now that my hair is shorter, because part of me is just like, well, if I don't like it, it's only gonna last a few weeks and then I'm gonna cut it anyway. I woke up one day and I was just like, I'm dyeing my hair today. Went to the hair shop and they just had a whole row of them. I was just completely like, I don't know what colour to pick. I was just staring at them all. One dye I kept seeing popping up recently was the Creative Image Adore dyes. So it's a semi-permanent hair colour. There's no peroxides, no bleach. It's vegan, cruelty-free. Looking at the ingredients, it's got the colorings, glycerin, aloe vera. I'm now understanding why I had the experience I had, because what's in it is not much and it's quite nice. You know, no alcohol, no peroxide, no ammonia. Great. Painted my nails this color. When I say painted, I went to a nail shop and someone else painted them. It's not super exciting, but for me this was like, oh, I'm doing something different. And then I get like quite obsessed with things, so I was like, my hair has to be the same colour, obviously. It doesn't, but I just had in my head it'd be nice to do my hair this colour because it's just like a nice rich like autumnal tone, or like wintry as well. So I was just like, I feel like this is the season to have hair this colour. So that's what I had in my head, and I was just staring and I wasn't sure if I could really see anything the right colour. But I liked the idea of rich amber. This just looked like the right kind of colour on the bottle. And then I also got copper brown because I liked the idea of copper brown, and originally I thought, let me mix them together and they will make the perfect duo. But my hair was already kind of coppery, so in the end I was just like, I'm just gonna apply this by itself. I feel like you have to take the colour that's on the bottle with a pinch of salt. You have to think about what you're actually working with as well. I did actually protect my hairline first with Vaseline. I really recommend that. I only had like a little tub of Vaseline, but I applied it as thickly as I could, especially here, the tops of my ears. My skin is delicate, my scalp especially, it's very prone to like being flaky and dry, especially now it's colder. So the skin there is quite fresh. I knew if dye was getting on that, it was going to be really hard to get out. So yeah, I protected my hairline really well. So I applied with a spatula. I don't think I've ever applied with a spatula. I usually just kind of shove it on with my hands, but I just wanted to be as neat as possible. I knew it was bright red dye. I didn't want to get it everywhere. And I also wore good gloves because I was like, I don't want any part of me to be stained. So I was being really careful with it. And I did start at the back, and thinking back now, I'm like really glad I started from the back. I kind of placed it on very carefully. I wasn't trying to get my scalp. I wasn't bothered about getting my roots. My hair was previously dyed, so I used a permanent dye. The one I used was by Garnier, so it's a Garnier Good hair colour 5.0 coffee roast brown. So it's a really nice colour, but it kind of fades to like a coppery gingery colour. So that was what I was working with, and I had less than an inch of roots, and my roots are naturally a very dark colour. So something to note with this dye, it's going to deposit colour, but it's not going to lift. Because there's no peroxide, there's nothing to lift the hair. It's going to be dark still, but it might tint it, and the tint might not be that obvious. I kind of knew that anyway. I knew it wasn't going to do much to my roots. I was only really interested in doing my ends. But yeah, that's something to bear in mind if you have a naturally dark hair colour. If you want it to be the colour that's on the bottle, or at least similar, you want to lift your hair first. But I had used a box dye previously, so that's why my hair was already lifted on my ends. So for me, I'd say this is a really good option to refresh your hair colour, because the idea is it's semi-permanent. It's only gonna last a few washes. Like, it may not wash out completely, and I had that in my head already. I was like, this is purely to refresh, purely to try something different. And I knew I would just try different colours as I felt like it, because I just didn't really want to apply another permanent dye just yet, because the last one I applied was probably just under 2 months ago, maybe 2 months now. And because you can really see my roots, even though I didn't dye my hair a dramatic colour, my roots are so dark, you can really see the difference. So I thought it was going to be a nice way to kind of blend it a little bit. We're not going to go too crazy, but just blend it a little bit. But yeah, my focus when applying the actual product was just to get it on the ends and then kind of take it into the roots. The whole process itself was about 20 minutes for me, because I took a long time applying it, and then when I got to the front, I kept just like dabbing too much dye around my hairline, and then I panicked that my hairline was going to be red. So I was just like, do you know what, just get it off. My skin is very sensitive here, and it didn't produce any like tingling. I didn't feel bad with the dye on. I actually didn't have any issues at all. My worry was that it was going to stain my whole front, because I kept like dabbing it, and I was like, oh, maybe I should have just not applied it on the roots here. But I was just like, do you know what, just take it off. I didn't want my hair red, so I was like, just rinse it off. If it's not red enough, or I decide that I like the red and I want more, I can always go back in and do some more. So I was just like, let me just get it off. So that was probably after 20 minutes of applying. And what it says on the bottle is to apply, leave it for 15 minutes with a cap. I'm assuming with the cap, it's the heat from the scalp that kind of helps it to process a little bit. But because, like I said, I wasn't too bothered about my hair being bright red, I was like, let me get it off. And it was bright red. I rinsed my hair as much as I could. It eventually went clear. My hair was so bright red. I was like, oh no, this is not the colour I was going for. But it was kind of nice. I quite liked it. I never wanted my hair red. But yeah, shampooed, made sure to get out any stains anywhere that I could see. I used the Innersense shampoo. I think it's called the hair bath or something like that. But it was like a gentle shampoo, but something that's still going to kind of give you like a clean feeling. And then I went in with the hair mask just to add some moisture back. But I will say that after using the dye, my hair felt very soft. It felt really nice. So yeah, my hair felt very soft prior to even putting conditioner on. So then it was just like this extra boost when I put the mask on. And then I styled as usual. And yeah, my hair felt great. My skin was good as well. So yeah, overall a really pleasant experience. To style, I did use the Ouidad Advanced Climate Control Heat and Humidity Gel. So I just bought a new one because I got sent one before because I was on like a judging panel for curly hair products, and they sent me it, and it was they sent me a box of products, and I tried it and I was like, this is incredible, I like this. So I bought it, and it's been nice to use because I like really heavy duty gels. Well, I don't like them, but I have to use them in order to get my curls to pop. But the issue with that is that they produce this like crunchiness, they feel kind of hard, they look kind of crispy, you get that kind of weird like wet look. But sometimes I'd rather that than fluffy, because then the fluffy looks more afro, and I guess I'm used to seeing my hair curly, but now it's shorter, it doesn't want to curl as much. This gives like a nice natural hold. I wouldn't say it's like the strongest hold, but it's like nice and natural looking and feeling. It doesn't feel crunchy, it feels nice. So yeah, I like that. So it's been a week since over a week. So it's been over a week since I dyed my hair, and it's faded a lot, but I'd say it's now faded to the colour that I was actually looking for. I really like how it looks now. I don't think it's going to stay this colour for very long. I can already see like the copper from before peeping through. So I might do it again, and maybe this time actually put the copper brown on it and then see how that looks. Or maybe get another colour that's more like brown, gingery. But this colour right now is perfect. This is exactly what I was looking for. So yeah, that's something to bear in mind. The colour's gonna look very different, especially if you wash your hair a lot like me. Something that has been a plus is that even though it's fading, I'm not seeing like the colour bleed on my skin or in my shower. So it's obviously going somewhere and it's fading, but at least it's not noticeable. But yeah, like I said, I think this is a good thing to refresh your hair. It's not gonna last for very long. It's not gonna give you a brand new colour if you're starting with a dark base, but it's really nice to refresh, really nice to kind of blend. It's good between colours. Or if you just don't want to dye your hair with a permanent dye and commit to permanent dye, you can just do a semi-permanent, and it's gonna make everything look fresh and like a vibrant colour again. There's probably better dyes out there. I've heard of Arctic Fox, and I think I actually used Manic Panic years ago on a wig. I couldn't see them in the hair store that is near me, so that's why I ended up going with this dye, and I still really like it, so I would buy it again. So I hope that was helpful for anyone thinking of using this dye, because I think it's a great one. Just bear in mind there's pros and cons, as with anything. But if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching if you made it this far, and I will see you guys in a new video soon. Bye guys.